Hi there, this is Minister Sarah again, and I'm coming on with this quick video to talk about narcissist. And so I was on a live a few moments ago, and they were talking about narcissistic behavior in both male and females. And when I heard the stories that the guest as well as the host um, was saying, I was like, yeah, I've experienced that in a relationship with someone that I loved. But one thing that was very profound for me was that I did not lose my mind. I didn't let the person or their attitude change me, and I didn't let them try to destroy my already made family, because a lot of the women were saying that these narcissistic men normally like to target women that are single mothers because we are the most vulnerable. We want a partner that can help us manage our children, help us in raising our children. Like, we need that co-parenting aspect. And so we look for anything that's shining. And as we all know, narcissists can be everything or anything that you may need. So they will pretend to be the knight in shining armor. They will be pretend to be this person that has so much money, but they're using your money. They're going to pretend to be all that your heart desires. They're going to call you. They're going to stick close to you. They're going to make you feel like you're so secured until they have you in their web of lies, deceit. They're going to make you feel like, it's the best thing that ever happened. And then they let unleash their venom. They will have that grandiose behavior. They will make you feel less than you are. They will make you to believe that you're going crazy, that you're the narcissist, and they will also try to destroy every relationship that you have. Those with your children, with your sisters and brothers, with your mom and dad, with your neighborhood, with your friends, at work. They will even cause you to lose your job. They will stop you from pursuing your career, from going to college. They will use you, if they're in college, to assist them, and then they will step all over you, trying to gain whatever popularity or maybe even better grades or whatever. That's just them. And so I pressed the button for the host to let me in because I had these nuggets, but unfortunately it had to end abruptly. And so I wanted to leave it with you guys because I said there are lots of people out there and they're trying to find out how to get out of that, how to deal with a narcissist, if they are a narcissist, and what are the things that they should do. So one thing that I wrote down, hearing everything that everyone said, is leave when you see that they are toxic. Leave. Just leave. I don't care what you have with them or have accomplished with them or accumulated with them. Nothing is better than your life. Just leave. Leave it alone. One lady said how she went to court, and I also went to court with the person that I was with, that I had invested in, and I didn't get my money back. But you know what? Believe in yourself that, hey, if you work hard enough, anything that you have acquired on earth before is able to be acquired again. You might be a little older, but guess what? You also are a little bit wiser. You're more knowledgeable. You are making more money than you were before. And so now you can do it. Even if you have left your job and you were a stay-at-home mom, or if you have gotten to a point where you had to go for counseling or was in some institutions where you are institutionalized, as long as you have health, you're not sick unto death, God still can use you. he still can restore to you the years that the locust, the palmer worm, and the canker worm has tried to take away from you. And why I didn't say that has taken away from you, because the enemy can only try to steal your joy, but it's you that the joy is in. Or a person can only try to steal the possessions that you obtained, but guess what? If it was not rightfully gained, they lose it in the long run because they don't know the sacrifices that you made. But the person that really owned the stuff and knew the value of it can do two things: can keep it well, or they can get it again. So leave. The next one is check your possible partner. A lot of us, we listen to people tell us lies and tell us about who they are or who they would like to be, and we run with it. Oh, this person said they are Christian. This person said that they love the Lord. This person said they have money and they only want to know how much I am making so that they can know whether we're the better partner. But they're looking at your bank account, but then they never show you theirs. But you know what they do? They dress the part. They act the part, and then they make you feel like, hey, they are who they say that they are. And then if you let down your guard and you get into a relationship with these people, to a point where you get married to them, you find that they try to swipe everything from you. You have a home, you got to give them 50% of something they did not invest in. You as a single parent got your own home, got your own business, got your own car, or whatever, and they come right in there and they want half of everything that you work for. Some of them don't even want half. They will kill you slowly. Trust me, I heard about it on that live, and it opened up my eyes, and all I could say was thank you, Lord, for your wisdom, for your guidance, and for your hedge of protection. Women, men, pray for the hedge of protection around you. The next one, like I say, pray for wisdom and also discernment. When you have a discerning heart, people can come and tell you any type of lie. But guess what? You will be able to see through their sugar-coatedness. Just like the story of Hansel and Gretel. They saw the house made of candy. But they didn't think for 1 minute that the person inside would have been a witch that would want to eat them right up. But guess what? They had wisdom, even though they made a bad choice and they didn't discern. You need both. So when discernment isn't kicking in, wisdom will. The next step is when you see a red flag, stop. It's like the red light. Where it tells the car that other cars are moving. Also in the air, that light that is flashing on the plane, it is telling other planes that, hey, there is a plane in your vicinity. Either go lower, go higher, or change direction. It can save you from catastrophe. It can save you from death, from sudden death and destruction. God says in his word that he will protect you from sudden death and destruction. He will place a hedge, a wall of protection around you, and he will keep your heart and mind in perfect peace. Go read it. God has everything in the Bible. You don't need no doctor to give you back what God has already placed inside you. Like the story with the ugly duckling. Every duck, every animal scorned the ugly duckling when it was a duckling. But guess what? A beautiful swan was always trapped inside. And even when it became a swan, it couldn't see it. Don't let anybody make you feel that you're less than what God had ordained you to be. God has chosen you. He has made you special. He has made you unique. Yes, all of us are different. There are things about us that we would like to change about us that we see on somebody else, and we say, hey, if I had the hair like that person, if I had the eyes like that person, if I had the teeth like that person, if I had the color of that person, if I had the family that that person is from. But guess what? You don't need it, because even if you do need it, you can acquire it. We can go and get facial readjustment, teeth can be fixed, hair can be, extensions can be added. If we are poor, we can work until we acquire wealth. There's so many people that have acquired wealth and came from such poor background. Why? Because they did not give up on their self. And guess what? The word of God tells us that he uses our gifting and talents to set us up among kings and queens. It's telling us in that word that, hey, God has already planted whatever you need to become whomever you put your mind to be. The next thing that I wrote down is to learn to be respectful, and then to also respect others. Respect will take you through the world. My mom used to say that all the time. Manners and respect takes you through the world. And if you learn to respect yourself, you wouldn't be a mat to let people walk all over you. Like I like to tell people at work and in my neighborhood, even with my sisters and brothers, when they're getting a little bit too fancy for me, I let them know. I said, I'm very quiet, I'm very reserved, but don't mess with the other Sarah, because I know how to guard my heart. I know how to protect myself, and I'm going to just do so when it's needed. So, like I even tell my children, I said, you know something? The Bible even tells us, be harmless as a dove, but be smart as a serpent. It is telling you that, hey, you don't have to curse, you don't have to carry on like a ninja to get people to respect you or get people to treat you the way that you want to be treated. But you treat them with respect. And when they step out of line, you mention it to them. When they don't respect you back, then that's your time to exit right or left. I should say. So, and don't be afraid, because God always has a way of, when you exit and you know that you haven't done anything wrong, he gives you beauty for ashes. So that means he's going to put you in a better place than where you came from. So there's no need to be afraid. It says, the other one that I have is be patient, have discipline, and also raise your children to be respectful, disciplined, and have patience. See, a lot of people get into relationships and they don't want to put in the work before getting married. They get in a relationship, and in 2 to 3 weeks, a month, or whatever, they want to hurry up, rush, and get married. That is a red flag. If somebody is forcing you to marry them too quickly, something ain't right. Give it a little bit of time, because time is a great revealer. Someone who is evil and pretending to be good, their true color is going to come, but it's only going to come out in time. I see a lot of people say, oh, I got married, and when I got married to my husband or my mate, they turned into a monster. They didn't turn into a monster, my dear. They were ever a monster. Then you have people who said, I got married to my mate, and this person has been running behind me for years. I never gave them the opportunity because I just felt like they weren't my match. But the person persisted. And then they said, you know something, that person who was saying, no, no, I don't think so. I don't like you, whatever. And they got married. They began to see that, hey, the person that I was running from is actually the person who I was supposed to be running to. Because that's the one that God had for me. But Satan is so cunning that he makes evil look bad and evil look good and make good look bad or look like evil. And so sometimes we are running to people. We are forcing people to marry us that are not for us. And guess what? We are forcing ourselves upon people who don't even supposed to be in our lives. And the persons that are supposed to be in our lives, we are saying, oh no, hell to the no, go, go, go. But sometimes when we get involved with them, we find out that, hey, this is the very thing that I've been praying for. This is the very person that I was looking for. And guess what? They were in plain sight all along. The third thing that I wrote was that people, when people show you who they are, believe them. I got that from Medea. And in one of my relationships, I would watch the gentleman very carefully. The way he responds to me, the way that he treats me in public as opposed to in private, the way that he speaks to me in public as opposed to in private, the things that he would do for me as opposed to the things that he would do for others, it started to give me wisdom on how to deal with him. And when we separated, it was no tear. It wasn't, well, I cried a little bit, but it wasn't that type of tear or sorrow to say, hey, I had lost. I actually felt relief because I said to myself, deep down inside, I knew that he wasn't 100% with me. And so when he left, the 15 that he was giving me, or the 20 that he called me, I'm only a 20, I was actually, he wasn't even a 20 for me. So leaving that situation or allowing him to leave was very easy. And I began to pray for the next person that was on his agenda, because I said to myself, little did I know that they thought they took the goal from me, whereas I was the goal. Sometimes you are the goal. And what is actually leaving from you is the mold. So the last one is don't blame yourself. Like I said, when it's all done and finished with, if it ever is, and you live to see it, because some women and some men have died not ever being able to get out of these narcissistic relationships. Mental death, too. Um, and health issues can be very, very challenging and overwhelming. Love yourself first before you let any other person take the loving nature that you have, the supportive nature that you have, the trying to drain you and suck you like a leech. Every aspect of your prayer life, every aspect of your love and devotion and pride and respect, you give it to this other person. No, give that to you first. Like they say when you're traveling in a plane, safeguard yourself first. Put on your mask, put on your life vest, and then assist the other. And don't forget, find the nearest exit. Then you can assist the persons next to you, whether that's your child or whoever, a stranger. So if you can do that to save lives and yourself on a plane, an aircraft, or a boat, why won't you do that with life situations? Trust me, Sarah loves Sarah. I love God first, and then after God, I love me. My children and everybody else come after that, because even your children can forsake you. You dare not trust your own. That is in the Bible. That is biblical. And so love yourself and don't blame yourself for any unkind thing or anything that has happened to you in your life. Even your own mistakes, don't blame yourself, because God says he has a way of escape for every situation that we put ourselves in. He's God. He designed us. He knows that we will find situation or be placed in situations or put our own self in situations that is hard to get out. But he said, no, that the trying of your faith will work its patience. And guess what? Not only that, that everything working together for good to those who love the Lord. This is Sarah Fernander, your transformational coach, your minister, just encouraging you and myself that, hey, God got us, even in the midst of a narcissist or narcissistic relationships. See you next time.